Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to another episode of Etsy Tutorial. Today I'm going to provide you with 7 tips for providing excellent customer service that will help you increase your Etsy sales. If this is your first time at my YouTube channel, my name is Nancy and I am a digital marketing specialist. In this channel, I post weekly videos on how to build a thriving business. So you will learn how to market your shop by utilizing the best practices such as SEO, branding, social media. So be sure to subscribe for new content and comment below to introduce yourself. So let's go ahead and get started on the tutorial. So these are tips that I currently follow for my own Etsy shops. And I could say that out of every 10 sales, 7 sales are due to my customer service. Now, it's easy for me to do this in a way because I used to work at a call center. And in the call center, you obviously talk to like 50 people per day and everything's recorded. So you got to like be able to talk to someone whether they're happy, they're upset, they're angry, they're yelling at you in one particular tone, and you're supposed to provide a first call resolution, right? First call, give empathy, relate, and what I noticed is that all the things that I used to hate about working there, I guess, right? I'm now applying to my own business, and I've been applying to my business for years. So it's really interesting how those little techniques does make a big difference in the scheme of sales and increasing your sales. So I kind of wanted to go over them and have you shift your mindset in a new perspective in a way that you could possibly gain additional sales that you probably are missing out for just lacking little things here and there that we don't consciously understand or consciously notice it, right? And then you'll be able to see these trends that you're currently doing, go back and kind of like change them up. And hopefully, with these tips, even if you take one out of the 7, you will learn something that you could start applying on your Etsy shop. So make sure that you stay tuned throughout the whole video so you could get all 7 tips. So tip number 1 is be friendly. So having an e-commerce store like Etsy, we tend to forget that even though we're not seeing the person face to face, we do have to provide exceptional customer service. So being friendly is simply when they message your store asking you about a product or service that you currently have, it's just simply saying, hello, how are you? I'll be happy to help you, addressing them by their first name, right? Who doesn't like for someone to say, hey, Nancy, of course I could help you? Or hey, Raul, of course I could help you, right? People like to be acknowledged by their name. It just makes you feel good that someone took the time to even call your name out, right? So just being friendly, it will take your store to another level. People remember that, especially in the era that we live, that a lot of people are on the go. They forget, they're not as friendly. They're too busy. They go straight to business, right? Type A personality, go straight to business. And it's just nice to kind of like take it back a little bit and just be polite and be friendly. And I'm a big believer of being the change that you want to see. And if that's something that I strive for every single day, so if that's something that you kind of strive for as well, you have to start from your end first, whether the other person gives it back to you or not. But it just makes you stand out from the rest of the Etsy shops that currently don't do that method. And it really does work. So that's tip number 1, be friendly. Tip number 2 is say thank you, right? We forget to thank the person. Don't say thank you because they purchased from you. Say thank you before they purchase from you. Be grateful that they even stopped at your shop, right? Stopped at your shop and even send you a message. I know that over time, when you start making a lot of sales, you're not as excited as in the beginning of the stages when you open the shop and you get one message and you're like, oh my God, I got my first message, or maybe my first potential buyer, right? You get so excited. You got to treat every customer like that. Even if that customer is customer number 333,000 order, right? You have to treat them as if they're your first customer. So always say thank you. Somebody ask you like, hey, can you ship this for me by Monday? Reply back and say, hey, Nancy, thank you for stopping by my shop. I'll be more than happy to help. Yes, I could have that for you by Monday. Let me know if you have any other questions. See how great that is? Instead of saying, yes, I could do it. And that's all you said. So it's just nice to take the time and show gratitude that they stopped at your store. One thing that I always tell people is thanks for considering my shop, or thanks for considering the design of my shop, or thanks for considering or letting me do your design, something to those terms. But it's really, really nice. It makes them feel good. And most likely they'll buy from you just from those little things that you're doing. You're planting seeds. They're going to be like, wow, this person has great customer service. I want to do business with them. So making sure that you take the time to do that. Tip number 3 is train your staff, right? So if you are running an Etsy shop and your husband's helping you and your sister's helping you and your mom is helping you, making sure that everybody is aligned with your mission, right? With your vision. So if your vision is excellent customer service, you're going to respond fast, you're going to be on top of everything, they have to do the same steps. So you can't be providing the be friendly, saying thank you, being responsive, doing all these extra things. But when they respond, they're very short, very straight to the point. You got to train your staff the way that you want, right, your business to run. This is what a lot of large corporations do. When I worked at Verizon, that's how they handled it. Everybody was trained the same way. The managers didn't decide what type of way you should talk on the phone. It was the same method for everyone all across. And that's because it's uniform. That makes it a brand, that makes you stand out. It's uniform all across. It's the same lingo. There's no confusion. And it's just the best way to do it. So just make sure, don't forget that the people that are working with you, that are talking back to the customers, they have to respond like you. And because at the end of the day, they are a representation of you as a whole. So keep that in mind. Train your staff. Tip number 4, show respect, right? So never let your own emotions overturn your desire to maybe make the customer walk away or say, I don't want your business. It's really hard, right? Because we take it personal. We doing work. This is our business. We have lives. We have kids. We have a husband. We have dogs. We have 2 jobs. Who knows? We're sick and we're trying to still do a business on the side. So we do take it personal when people are rude, or people are like, I need this by tomorrow, or they leave you a bad review because they didn't understand the listing or they didn't read, right? Because that happens to me all the time, and I'm not perfect. I have gotten in the situation that I, wish I would have not went that far. And I've never cursed out a customer. I've never been to the point disrespectful that my shop might be in jeopardy of getting closed. But they did take me out of character, right? They pulled me in, and I was like so upset that I gave them power. So making sure that you show respect regardless of the situation, and diffusing it. If you learn how to diffuse the situation, right? So if the customer says, hey, I ordered this from you, I can't download it, I'm upset, this is a waste of time, other shops don't do this, and they just keep going and going and going. And it's a user error, right? A lot of times, 8 out of 10 is something that they're not doing correctly, whether they're downloading from a phone, and they need to do it from a computer, whether they're not clicking, whether they're checking the wrong email. It's always something, right? So what you want to do is that when you talk to that person, you got to give empathy, right? The first thing is give empathy. I'm so sorry that you're having issues downloading the file. It'll be my pleasure to help you. I'm here to assist you, so don't worry about it. If we have to take the whole evening doing it, I'm here to help. Like, make sure that they know that you are here to help, that you're going to do everything and anything in your power, right? Because sometimes there's nothing we could do, but just reassure them. If you reassure them, you give them empathy, and you recap, right? Recap whatever they told you. I can't download the file. So you recap and you say, I'm sorry you're having issues with downloading the file. I'm here to help. When you do those 3 things, the customer kind of goes down a little bit. Some of them don't. But what you got to remember is that some of these people or customers, some people run by emotions, right? Anything goes wrong, they flip out. Some people, they could have had a really bad day, but we don't know that, right? So they're just a little flustered. And then you have some people that that they get upset, but as soon as you do that, they calm down, and now they're like, wow, this person is really great. And they start to feel bad sometimes, right? They'll be like, wow, I can't believe I yelled at this person and they're helping me. So, or it could be that the person is getting married and no one's helping them, or they're throwing a party, no one's helping them, they have all this pressure, and that's just the way that you just happen to be the person that they blew up on, right? It's easier also to blow up on someone over the internet than it is face to face. They probably wouldn't talk to you like that if they were walking into an actual boutique, right? So don't take it personal. Try not to take it personal. If you have to step away from the computer, take a breather, do that. But don't respond when you're upset because you will regret it. Another thing you want to keep in mind when responding to a customer, always keep in mind that you are renting a space in Etsy. Etsy is the store is owned by Etsy. They could shut you down any moment. You do not have any rights in Etsy. So if you blow up on someone, they have the right to go in there and check. They monitor all the conversations. And if they see that, they do have the right to take legal actions against you and close your store because they have ethical standards that they're trying to follow, which one of them is how you treat customers, treating people with respect and doing the ethical thing and always responding in a time manner, right? In the right timing. And so you have to be careful with that. Don't play in that line. But diffusing the situation is the best thing to do, or try to diffuse it as much as you can. At least in that scenario, it looks like you are trying to help. And if for some reason the customer is irate, there's nothing you could do, they keep harassing you, what you could do is you could reach out to Etsy. I've done it before. And they told me, respond to the customer and say, from here on, please do not communicate with me anymore. Please open a case on Etsy. They have told me that because I had a customer that was just very hard to deal with. And after a while, I was like, I did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it's still not working. And I resolved their issue, but they were still harassing me. And Etsy will have your back. But they only have your back if you did everything possible, right? You went above and beyond. You had great customer service. You were friendly. You emailed them on a good time. So you got to make sure that you cover everything before you even do that option. So tip number 5 is listen. It's very important that when a customer is giving you feedback about your shop, that you listen and you apply that because it's just going to make your store stronger. So for instance, I had a customer one time that gave me a bad review, and she said the only reason she gave me a bad review was because when she downloaded Adobe Acrobat to edit an invitation that was like an edible invite that you do yourself, she couldn't figure it out because I never put in a instruction guide. Now, the instructions were in the listing description, and I just assumed, right, that it's easy. You just download Adobe Acrobat and you just edit. It's not like a big deal. However, what I neglected is that a lot of people, this is their first time doing it. For a lot of people, just even searching for the URL or going to the website takes them a little longer, right? So we got to be cognitive of people like that, understanding of different people's where they at in the level of using something like a e-commerce, how to shop, how to download something, how to use something, how to edit something, how to download software. A lot of people really don't have that understanding. So what she taught me was, she gave me a good idea. From now on, when I do an editable file, I'm going to include a cheat sheet where it gives you like step by step where to go, how to download it, what fonts you need, etc., etc. That way, if that it helps them and makes their time more efficient and they're able to follow that, it's gonna eliminate another bad review, and it's gonna eliminate an angry message or someone upset at me. So it does help to listen to your customer for whatever they're talking about. They saying, "Oh, you shipped this to me and the package was broken." If 5 other people said the same thing, it must be an issue with whatever shipping material you're using or whatever supply company you're using. So you have to make sure that you listen and you apply changes to grow, increase your sales, get returning customers back, and be the best brand you could be. Now, number 6 is be responsive, right? So it's important that you respond quickly to any type of inquiry. It doesn't matter. A lot of people respond quickly when it's a sale, right? So if the person wants to buy something, they respond right away. But if the person is having a difficulty with something or they haven't gotten the shipping, they'll wait like 8 hours later until they get home from their, let's say you have a full-time job, to respond. And that's fine, because I understand that having a full-time job, I have one as well, and I have a business, and I have freelance, and I have a baby, and I have a husband and 2 dogs and 5 other crazy ideas that I'm doing. So I understand the the time, right? The time consumption that we have. However, just do a quick reply and just say, "Hey, I got your message. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and look into this issue. I'll be back with you in touch today." Or I'll be back in touch with you this evening. So if you know you're not gonna be able to, it's 8 in the morning, you're not gonna be able to check till like 6 or 7 when you get home after you feed your kids, after you do everything else you have to do. Put a timestamp. That way they're not messaging you halfway in the day, like at 3 o'clock. Hey, it's been 5 hours. I haven't heard back from you. Because some people are very impatient. So give them a time frame. Just say, hey, I'm at work right now. As soon as I get home this evening, I will check it out, and I will definitely help you. Um, I'll talk to you soon, or something like that. People like that. People respect that. That way they don't feel ignored. They don't go crazy messaging you with like 20 different messages. They don't give you a bad review, because people jump the gun right away. Oh, she didn't respond to me, which they messaged you maybe 3 hours ago. It's crazy, but that happens. It has happened to me. So this is why now I have my app, right? We have an app, and you could download the Xe app on your phone. It's simple. Majority of us do have smartphones. Majority of us have computers at work. So you could respond from work, you could respond from your cell phone, you could respond from your laptop. There's no excuse in the era that we live right now. If you can't respond, hire someone that could do like your customer service, pay like a young kid, even if it's like $5 an hour or something cheap that you could afford. But it is crucial that you respond to all inquiries. Keep that in mind, not just sales, all inquiries, good or bad. And then my last tip is number 7, which is add a call to action. I absolutely love call to actions. It's a marketing strategy that really, really works well. I actually have a video on how to use call to actions to increase your sales by simply putting different call to actions in your listing description, in your photos, the way you word things, and it works wonders. So if somebody says, hey, can you change this font to a blue font, right? So you have it in white, let's say, and they just want to change the color to blue. They're interested in buying your sign. Don't say, yes, I can, and that's it. So you got to do the all 7 tips. You respond, you say, hey, Nancy. So, you're being friendly. You say, thank you for stopping by. Yes, I could go ahead and change the font for you to a blue color. So now you're recapping. You're giving empathy, right? You kind of like, well, I guess it's not empathy, but you're kind of like recapping. You're being courteous. You're being friendly. So now you recap, and now the last thing you will say is, please go ahead and purchase the listing, and I will have a proof for you shortly, or I will have a proof for you today. So you're telling them what to do. Go ahead and purchase. Let me throw you another example. Let's say somebody is shopping in your shop, and they say, I want this design, but I don't like the flowers. Can you change the flowers to be red? So let's say you can't change the flower, because a lot of the clip art that I have, I can't change the colors of the flowers. So instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, I can't change the flowers, reward it, right? So start all over again. Say, hey, thank you for stopping by. Unfortunately, this type of clip art doesn't allow me, right, to change the color. If not, I would love to do it for you. However, what you could do is, if you browse through my shop and you see a different type of flower that you like, take a screenshot of that flower, go ahead and buy this listing, take a screenshot of the flowers that you want. I will go ahead and substitute it at no charge, or I will go ahead and substitute it for $1, whatever you want to do, at no charge, and I will provide you a proof. That way you could see it beforehand. How does that sound for you? You see how great that is? You're reinventing it. You're telling them, I can't do it, but hey, I still want your service or your business, right? I still want to do business with you. And a customer like that is going to be very, very happy because they're going to be like, wow, like they have great customer service and they appreciate that. And that's why I'm saying that it's very crucial that you do these 7 tips. If you do these 7 tips, you will see some type of increased sales. Now, what you could do also is you could start keeping track of how many people you did this and kind of see how many sales you got from it. I will also do like a little script on your notes on your phone, or maybe even on your computer, like a Word document, and do little scripts of different messages. Hey, I will look into that for you today. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'll talk to you soon. And have little scripts already formed. That way, if you are very busy or you're at home with your kids or it's after hours, all you do is copy paste 10 seconds. That way, the person is getting patient. You're providing absolutely amazing customer service. And on top of that, they don't feel ignored and they're not going to leave you a bad review. And then you don't have to be stressed out because now they message you like 5 other times and now they went from somewhat mad and now they're really pissed because they haven't heard from you in 5 hours and they're losing it, right? People, it happens. It happens to the best of us. So make sure that you follow these 7 tips, and I guarantee you that you will see some type of traction in your sales. If you are currently right now using a different strategy that I didn't mention or any other types of tips that you could recommend, I'm trying to create a sense of community. We all come together, help each other out. Make sure you leave a comment below with what type of strategies work for you in order to retain customers, increase sales, and have those same people come back to buy from your shop. So I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you have not done so yet. Thank you guys.